Hi, this is Sive Morten with the daily update on EuroFX. I post my exclusive market overviews with the key political and economical events, charts, and important levels on the ForexPeaceArmy.com forums weekly. This short video is a response to rapidly changing situation on the currency markets and should help you to stay on top of the game and be profitable. I suggest you to visit ForexPeaceArmy.com forum and read my analysis for the week before watching this daily video.
Greetings everybody guys, let's go back to analysis of the gold market. So currently we stand in a bit difficult situation where potentially, at least yesterday, it was theoretical background for consideration on taking the long position, but based on the performance and in general it was, well, not very comfortable to consider it, just because the sell-off was really strong, and despite that market stands very strong support area, it was not quite comfortable to consider possible taking the long position. But market has resolved the problem by itself, as just has not formed the potential pattern that we discussed. So if you remember on hourly chart, we talk about the double repo pattern around this area, but it just has not been formed. It's because market has not closed above the 3x3 for a second time and just keep going lower. So currently we can't speak theoretically about the taking the new long position, because the potential directional pattern by the chart Napoli has not been formed. So the Brent body trade has not been formed actually here. This market shows no reaction at the major support, and it already has been broken all the support lines from the recent thrust. This combination from the C point to the OP we can't call it a single thrust action, and we have the bearish trend. So potentially and currently is no background for taking the new long position. At the same time, on the weekly chart, the trend stands bullish, and from that perspective, trading on the weekly chart, if you trade on the weekly chart on high time frames, this is for you the big bulk of the work, where you have to consider and watching for major support areas and control appearing of the bullish pattern that might start some retracement or maybe even reestablish of the upper direction. Another not very pleasant moment here, guys, is that market has dropped below the yearly pivot point again. So once it has broken the confidence support area, it also stands currently below the yearly pivot. So as you can see, the bullish background, especially for trading on the daily chart, well, mostly has been erased. The fact by itself, this breakout of the confluence and returning back in the triangle consolidation is a big trend line. By themselves, these facts definitely we can't call as a bullish signs. So what we could do in the current circumstances, first of all, take a look that the market currently stands at every bot. So it has broken through the confluence, stands at the very solid area. So if you take a look at the interest rates here, from the technical point of view, it is easy to explain why the gold has dropped, because the interest rates have shown the rally. And actually we've got here the bullish grabber. If you remember, we said that market should jump above this top, which initially was considering as supportive factor in favor of the retracement. But gold market has shown too strong action, and currently it's very difficult to call it as retracement, while on interest rates it still looks, well, not as significant. At this moment, market shows some, well, minor retracement here, minor pullback, but potentially this pattern, since this is not the completion of the ABCD pattern, so this is not the OP, it's very probable that potentially we could get something on that sort. So market could easily form some kind of the butterfly or something. So with moving interest rates slightly higher, and the gold could drop to the next support area. So since we do not have any directional patterns currently on the gold, I mean bullish directional patterns, we have just one option, is to keep an eye on next support area, which is actually in the gold market, is around 1760, and see what will happen in this area. So whether we will get some bullish patterns or something on this point. This is the only way how we could currently act. Besides on real interest rates that we also keep an eye on. Let's take a look. Real interest rates have shown also bounce and retracement, so they have increased slightly. That's, you can see, immediate reaction on the gold market. So once interest rate starts rising, the gold market shows the retracement. So that's the things that we have currently on the gold market. Actually, on the intraday charts, currently it's not many things to consider. Well, on the 4-hour time frame chart, the one thing that we could consider is just, so I just forgot to place here the fib levels just to show you the pattern. So we could consider here only local Brent body trade, because for us here it also stands good. And although we haven't gotten here any double repos, we could consider possible Brent body. It will be minor retracement, so it will be scalp bearish trade here, and potentially it could just not finish with a minor pullback, but it's also start leading market to next support area, which stands actually on the daily. That's what we're talking about. So this is the pattern that we could keep an eye on. It's possible if a pullback here will happen somewhere to the 18-14 area. That will be a chance to consider scalp short position following this thrust that we have currently. Besides, market currently at oversold, and that's really, we have not bad chances that the pullback here could happen. On the hourly chart, guys, I do not see something really interesting. So it's nothing. Actually, here you could see how double repo has not been formed. So we've got the first close. Here was an attempt to close above the 3x3, but market has failed and collapsed. So no double repo patching has been formed here. So that's a few moments that seems to us important, and that you can consider. First of all, this is scalp background for trading, short-term trading on the fall time frame chart. Second, what's more important, on the daily chart, we have lost the directional, bullish directional component on the chart here. That's why we're not considering taking any long position here. And starts watching for the next support where theoretically some reaction could happen. That's about 1760.